He is a man on a deadline. President Alassane Ouattara says he wants Cote d'Ivoire's business climate to become one of the best in Africa. And a key part of his plan is to implement $49 billion worth of large capital projects under the National Development Plan between 2016 and 2020. His budget minister, Abdourahmane Cissé, says about a third of the 2016 budget will be spent on infrastructure.
6 years ago, there was less than 15%, 1/5, of the budget that was allocated to investment. Now, it's almost a third of the budget that is allocated to investment. So we basically reduce current expenditures in order to focus on investment, but investment that create growth and investment that actually improve the quality of life of the Ivorian.
The country's open for business mantra has attracted a wave of foreign investment, helping rebuild decayed infrastructure. This is Rue de Princesse, which was famous as one of Abidjan's party spots. In fact, thousands of informal bars, nightclubs, restaurants and small businesses used to cover this street, so much so that cars couldn't pass by. But as you can see behind me now, there's been immense change as the government moves to formalize doing business in the country. But in the process, thousands of businesses from the informal sector have seen their livelihoods literally razed down as the government makes space for its new city. Rue de Princesse is in an area called Yopougon, which houses a rough 2 million of the city's residents. DJ Jalba, a commentator on the community's popular radio Yopougon, says the day the government showed up with bulldozers and the army, residents felt like they tore down a large part of the area's identity.
It was very sad because people stopped coming here. We used to say that Rue de Princesse did not belong to the people of Yopougon anymore. It belonged to Cote d'Ivoire and the entire world, because even international footballers would come here after a good game. Even the minister brought the music festival here to Rue de Princesse. They saw what was here. Rue de Princesse was like our own Las Vegas.
Frank, a nightclub manager on the famous street, says his club was one of the only two to survive. And business has been tough since then.
It was pitiable because imagine a place that used to attract a lot of customers. Everyone in Abidjan used to come here. There were huge bars that employed up to 50 people. It was a huge machine where many made money to take home to their families. And one morning, it was all up in smoke. There was no activity and we tried to revive it, but it never had the same influence or the same ambience.
Juste un peu d'argent pour subvenir à ses besoins. Et un matin,
Ahmed, who owns a small restaurant, says it's no longer business as usual. Now, they must all formalize their businesses as the government requires proper registration.
Now, if you want to open a business, they say you can't open a small business. You have to have a lot of funds to do it. They come to ask for many papers, and before, they never used to do this.
But it's not all doom and gloom for business owners on Abidjan's famous Rue de Princesse. Despite many losing their jobs, they say they are invested in Ouattara's vision for the future, hoping they will benefit as well from his push towards modernizing the country.
People had their fun, and when they demolished everything, at first it was hard, but today, people are beginning to understand. Things are beginning to pick up again on the Rue de Princesse. The number of bars are starting to rise again, because if you come to my bar today and see that it's looking good, when you go back to your bar, you improve it as well.
Uche Okoronkwo, CCTV.